First of all, young men, congratulations. Back in the back. Start with DeAndre the vet. DeAndre, just talk about, man, another tough win. Got a little shaky there at the end with the tech and the personal foul, but just talk about what this means and what kind of team you all have to grit out another big win like y'all did tonight.
That's a great question. That was a huge team win, a gutsy win. I just felt like our team just getting closer and better as the season go on. But with Malcolm Dandridge being out and us just, having depth and people coming off the bench ready to play, that was humongous. And like Coach said in the locker room, he felt like this was a better win of the season. So it was huge.
Ms. Franklin, this is your second game being back. I know last presser, you said you were ready, but there's one thing about being in basketball shape and being in physical shape. So how close are you really being ready, both offensively and defensively, and what's your ceiling on this team?
I say I'm almost ready. It's going to take a couple games to get back in that basketball shape. Just from playing in practice, not the same as being in the real game. So I say it's going to take a couple games. You just got to stay ready whenever your number's called. Like DeAndre said, like today we knew the bench was going to have to be huge today with the people we had out. So I was just ready.
Then Damaria just said something about staying ready when your number is called. It's been a while since you've been on the floor, I think 11 days in a game, but you step right up and just talk about or how do you feel about how you played tonight?
I played decent. I could have did more on defense and rebound, help Dre them out, but I think I did good. You got to stay ready and stay in shape like they said. I just keep working out every day to try and be ready when my number call.
Andre, what was this like for you mentally, this game? I mean, you get in foul trouble again. You make these huge plays late when they take the lead. Then you foul out and commit the technical foul. Like, what was this all like for you just emotionally, mentally, this experience?
It was a lot of emotion. I'm an emotional guy, so everything counts for me. Every possession counts for me. And I'm not going to blame the refs or anything like that because I'm old enough to know I got to control my emotions, and I've been learning that for the past 2 years. And so, but this game was definitely a gutsy win, and it's teaching me to, be more under control when things happening and just, get the win. That's all.
What are you thinking as you're walking to the bench after all that happened? Like, it looked like you guys might have the game locked up, and then.
Well, I believe in my team, so I was just mad at myself that I, showed that much emotion, after that call. But definitely believed in my team that they'll finish off the game for sure.
All right. Question back here for DeAndre. Obviously, in first half, you were in foul trouble, things of that nature. Talk to me about what was going on in your head in the locker room that, motivated you to, become a leader. Well, sorry, but, just find it within you, come out the gate, score 15 points in the second half, and, just overall shoot great. I think you shot 6 for 6 in that second half. So talk to me about what was going on in your mind in the locker room.
Well, basically, I knew I stunk up the first half, so I had to come back the second half and be ready. And that's been the story these past few games, just, me being able to put two halves together. And so, I was just ready. And whatever I had to do to, get us to win, help to win, I was going to do that. If that was rebounding, I was scoring. I think I had 0 rebounds today, but I was scoring. So I did something to affect the game for sure.
Andre, over here, how much did what the bench did in the first half, and KO in particular, just make things easier for you guys late because you could play a little bit more free? And then also, just how big was it for McCadden to kind of be right place, right time on that follow bucket on Kendrick Smith?
It was huge, man, just to be there. Like I said, we was all ready and locked in for little plays and moments like that. And, for Elijah to get that tip back, that was humongous. And KO just being ready to play. The depth was ready, and we was ready to, win this game for sure.
I got 2 questions, one for DeAndre and one for anybody. DeAndre, Kendrick said after last game that he had spoken to you about foul trouble and kind of helped hold you accountable, I guess. What was that conversation like, and what'd you gained from it, perhaps?
Oh, I gained a lot. He just basically told me what everybody else is telling me. Just, control your emotions, go out there, be aggressive, but be smart at the same time. So he helped me out. And
for any of y'all three, I know some of the calls may have been questionable, but 27 fouls. I think this is the second or third game where you guys have racked up a ton. What's it going to take to kind of play more disciplined and play more under control?
I just say we just got to move our feet better. Just rely on the help behind us and just wall up. I feel like we get those things done and just talk on the defense end mostly. I feel like we'd be fine after that.
Here, how quickly in a game do you know it's going to be called close? There's going to be a lot of fouls. They're not going to allow the physicality. And when you know that, how does that, if it does at all, adjust the way you have to play a game?
It's kind of a little confusing at first. They'll call it close and then they won't. So I kind of be mixed up on that. But at the same token, I just try to be solid. And sometimes I get those fouls because I'm aggressive. And I just got to be better in, like I said, controlling my emotions earlier, for sure.
Question for Johnathan and Damaria. Start out with Johnathan. Johnathan, for your career, you've been mostly a slasher, but now you've been a three-point shooter. What's that been like for you to have that on the college level?
I just knew I had to space the floor out because they say we have a lot of shooters this year because we had lost a lot of guys. So I just had KD. He bring a lot of attention to him and Dre. So I just had to space the floor out, really.
Yes, sir. Damaria, this is your first home game. What was it like to hear the crowd, give you so much support?
It was amazing. I heard it before I even played with me just sitting out and everybody encouraged me to get back. So I think it felt good, and I can't wait to play again.
Hey, DeAndre, this is the next few games coming up is your respect part of your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You got more to lose in the game. So how do you go out with the same energy, when the teams that are not as highly respected as the A&M, the Alabamas, that you show up and do what you need to do at the start of the game so you don't be in a dogfight at the end of the game?
Well, we just keep that same firepower that we have now, that we rolling with. And, it starts in practice. Continue to compete with each other and listen to coach leadership because he has the blueprint. And just stay locked in as a team and as a whole.
Damaria, he goes out with 2 fouls in the first half. I think it was 18-18. And y'all proceeded to score 19 of the next 25 points. That unit you guys had out there, I think Johnathan was out there for a good chunk of it. Like, how important do you think that was? How much confidence do you think you guys gained from doing what you did in that first half?
I think we gained a lot of confidence. It's not like we didn't go in there without the confidence. Like, we are really good players. We just had to step up in that moment. So I feel like the confidence was always there. We just got to just be ready whenever.
Johnathan, you posted on Twitter, it's a marathon, not a sprint, earlier this week.
Yeah.
With like a 100 emoji and a hourglass emoji. What prompted you to do that, and what did it mean? And just
Cause I hear a lot of stuff like throughout the season. I just hear everybody talking about why he ain't playing, why he ain't doing this. And Rome wasn't built in one day, so just gotta be ready with my name called, really.
was there one thing in particular that, or was it just the build-up that you saw that made you?
Yeah, I just heard why he ain't playing. They just bashing teammates, coach, why he not putting Johnathan in. Just had to be ready though.
I don't mean for y'all to get ahead of yourselves, but you've been around here for a while, and this team has a real chance, it seems like, to finish the regular season in its entirety with 4 or 5 losses. Obviously, it'd be the best record by far that you've been a part of. How would you kind of describe the atmosphere and kind of the vibe around the locker room, around the team at this point in the season versus the past at the end of non-conference?
Oh, it's great. Like I said earlier, we just got to continue to build that togetherness going in conference play. And our confidence, I feel like, is building up for sure just off these wins that we're getting. But at the same token, we just got to continue to stack up wins. That's the main thing right now. And but the vibes are good in the locker room and obviously in games, the crowd. The vibes are real good for sure. Definitely. Nobody want to be disrespected. We feel like we can play with the best of them for sure. But we just gonna do our part on just staying together and winning games.